Hey Larry. Okay, I'm going to give you a little pool lesson right here. This is of course the pool filter. We're not using that anymore. I've got the valve over on this side right down here closed off. Okay, that's the chlorine injector. We aren't going to use that. I'll go over you adding chlorine later. Alright, this I'm going to show you what this has got on it. Some of the things we might do. If you every once in a while, every other day, I check to see if the pressure on the pump is building up. Now the pump's not running right now. You'll see the little bitty black hand at the bottom. Then about the 9 o'clock position, you see a larger green hand. And then at about the 10 o'clock position, you'll see the red hand. Alright, the pressure between 0 with a little bit of black hand right now, which indicates the pressure pumping at, is 0 because the pump's not running. The green hand is where that's my perfectly clean filter with a new filter pack on it. And then if it builds up and starts restricting flow, that pressure will go to the red hand. Alright, when that happens, I bump the filter. Alright, and to bump the filter, you need to have the pump turned off, and you're going to take a hold of this handle right here, and I'm going to do it right now just to show you what happens. What you want to do is you want to take hold of the handle, you push down slowly, pick up quick, push down slowly, pick up quick, down slowly, pick up quick, down there, and when you get that, that knocks the filter pack off into the bottom of the filter. And when we start it up, that's called bumping the filter. It kind of scatters everything off the hard pack that's on there. Alright, and so that's called bumping the filter. You would do that when you notice that pressure right over there is at the red or maybe higher than that. Alright, I think I'm going to clean the filter before you get here, so that should all be taken care of. Alright, now the valve's right here. This is all discharge valve going back to the pool. You don't have to mess around with any of that. This is the suction valves right here to the pump that's coming from the pool coming in. If you are going to vacuum the pool, you'll hook up the vacuum, which I'll show you how to do in a minute. I think you've done it before. And you'll turn the pump on the inside. And after you turn the pump on, with the hose all hooked up, it's going to start sucking the air out of that line. Now what's happening is this is the line coming from the shallow end skimmer. That's the one you're hooking up to. This is the deep end skimmer, and this is the bottom, or the bottom drain in the bottom. What you're going to do after you hook it up, you're going to take this valve and you're going to close it after it runs for 3 or 4 minutes. You're going to close this valve, not all the way, being a good engineer, you know all the way is. You're going to close it about like that. Alright? So it's not all the way, and that's going to restrict flow through this. It's going to force the air to be sucked out of this one, which you're going to have in the hose. Alright? You're going to have to wait about 5 minutes, and you should be able to see no more air coming in here. Should be running real good, and then you can go ahead and start to vacuum. If you have the pump running and you want to bump this filter, there's a switch on the wall right here, and with the pump running you can reach into this box like this and you can flip the switch down and that turns it off, or up turns it on. And that's of course just interrupts between the timer and here. Now let's say you have to pump the pool down. Let's say you get lots of rain. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to turn the pump on, and you're going to let it run and make sure that you've got pressure on the filter pack up to the green or above the green. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come over here with the pump running, and you're going to take this valve and you're going to crack that valve open. Now, I'm not going to do it now because the pump's not running. If I do that, the filter pack's going to drop out. It's going to go out the bottom end, so I'm not going to do that. But that's the way you would do that. With the pump running, you can open this valve just a little bit, and you'll see, you can follow this line out right there, and it goes out over there, and you're going to see water coming out of it over there. Alright, if you open it up too much, you can drop the pack out. So you just want to open this up a little bit. You'll have a pretty good flow over here. And you can let it run till the level gets down where you want. And if you just crack the valve a little bit and you got a good flow over there, it's going to take maybe a half hour to lower it 2 inches. It's a pretty good pump, alright? And then you're going to come back over here and you're going to close that valve before you shut the pump off. Alright, that's the way you take excess water out of the pool if we get any heavy rains. Okay, I think we've got that part right in here. I'll give you some other films you can look at. What else can I tell you here? I think that's about it. Okay, Larry, I'm going to walk in the garage door here. I think you know where this is at. It's the timer for the pump outside the pool. Alright, I'm going to throw it over here. Of course, that's a freezer, refrigerator number 1 or 2. I can never remember. Doesn't matter. This one's got stuff in it. And over here on the wall, you're going to see the timer. Alright, you can see that it's off right now. You can switch it on anytime you want just by flipping it on. But you got to remember to turn it off, otherwise it runs too long. You don't want to run it more than 5 or 6 hours a day. Now you open up that box right here. Keep your fingers out of the electrics, they're guarded pretty well. And you can take this dial, if you want to change when the pump turns on and off, you pick it up by pulling it out and then you can rotate it. Alright. Right now it's set on the 24-hour timer, so it goes off in the morning. That's a good time to do the pool stuff because it's cooler out. I think since I understand you're coming down, I'm going to leave that so it kicks on in the morning. But let's say you're going out there this afternoon and you want to maybe pump some water down. We got a hurricane came in, there's a lot of water. All you have to do is turn it on like that. Alright, we're going to walk out and look at the pump gauges in just a second. But you got to remember to turn it off. Sometimes what I do is I'll turn it on like that. Now I'll pick this up. I'll run over here like that. Now it runs this way. So it's going to stay on from here to here where it'll click it off automatically. Alright, that way if I forget, the pump turns off. Alright. So I'm going to go back and set us about where we were before. I think it's 4 o'clock, a little after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're at about there, okay? 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll just turn it off from here. Oh no, I was going to show you the pump. So we'll turn it on, come back here and get this later. You won't get to see it. But I'm going to go out and show you the gauges on the pump. What I was telling you earlier, it's bright out here. You have to, I'm not going to turn this thing off. We're walking around past the grill over here and all this. Oh, I hear it running. Alright, here we're coming through the woods. Grandmother's house we go. Alright, here we go. Now let's look and see what the pump pressure is. Oh, look at that. Now you see the small green or black hand is just above the green hand. So we've got some pressure on it. Probably going to change your filter pack before you get here. And you shouldn't have to mess with changing your filter pack. Alright? But even after bumping the filter and it ran a short period of time, we've got about a 5 PSI buildup on a clean pack, which is not bad, but rather than get you messing around, I'll take care of that before you come. But that, you might have to bump the filter. You have to watch that every 3 days. I take a look at it after the pump is run for an hour, then come out and look at that. And if that pressure builds up towards the red or a little bit above it, while it's running, you can come out here and shut it off right there. Then you can bump right here. And then you can come back over here and turn it back on again. And then you can watch your pressure build up here. Are we cool? Alright. I'll show you level in the pool later.